Prestige worldwide. Wide.
Prestige worldwide.
Prestige Worldwide welcomes you to the following presentation of the League of Extraordinary Dicks.
Welcome back to the L.E.D podcast. Back after a short break in the middle of the season. Back as usual with our guy Drew, and we brought Russ back this week.
Love it. Thanks for letting me come back, fellas.
Yep, so Zano is finishing up some renovations on his house before Thanksgiving, so hopefully we'll have him back in the near future. But we're going to hold it down while he's gone. So one of the first things we'll just jump into, we got 2 weeks to really go over, but I'll just go ahead and move past week 9. I don't think anything big happened on week 9.
Undefeated champion lost, pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think anything big happened on week 9. But,
that's why we canceled last week, in case anybody's wondering. Cody had a mourn.
I think Jeff was onto something.
Look, it takes some of the pressure off of having an undefeated season. So,
Yeah.
so I guess we'll go over. We're going to go over the week 10. So Carolina Reign defeats Hugh Hefner, 127-72. Fourth and Schlong takes down the Player Haters 103-87. One-Eyed Monsters got by Chicken Little Flea Flicker 125-112. Happy Little TDs took down Steel City 113-100. And the Peeping Thomasons got by Penior Cornflakes with a week high 145 points to 112. And that moves us into our game of the week, where the Grizzly Adam Beards took down Dirty Skivvies by less than a point. Drew, what was going through your mind?
0.68 to Joe's calculations. I went into with exactly what Yahoo said, 1% chance of winning, and I thought it was less than 1% chance to win. And a lot of Josh Allen turnovers keep helping me stay alive in this game.
Yeah, and they fired Ken Dorsey because of Josh Allen's turnovers.
What was it, 3 total?
Yeah, 3
4 total.
4.
Sorry, Drew's right. It's 3 by Josh Allen, but 4 total for the whole team. So
yeah,
I don't even think Ken Dorsey got fired because of Josh Allen. I think he got fired because of the 12 man on the field. If they win that game, he don't get fired.
That's a defensive plan. They should have gone after our special teams coach. But hey,
McDermott's next. He's got to be, right?
It's coming.
Yeah, I saw someone say that Dorsey might be a good replacement for, because Ben Johnson in Detroit's probably going to move on this year. He got head coach interviews last year. They're doing good again, so he might be a replacement for Ben Johnson in Detroit. Could be.
You never know.
Another crazy thing about Drew's game, I'm pretty sure if Joe wins that game, my math might be wrong, but I think he locks up the division. I'm pretty sure that would have made him, because right now he's 4 games up?
He's 4 games up right now, so he has to lose.
If he won that would have been 5 games up. He locks up the division at that point. Guarantees himself a playoff win, or a playoff spot. So by less than 0.7, less than 1 catch.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? He doesn't have a gimme game next week either, because the red hot Happy Little TDs is moving into looking to take down old Dirty Skivvies. So
I'll tell you right now, I told you guys that I loved Lamb, and I had a hard time trading him, and I'm really regretting it right now. Because I think I might have made Bowen's team a little unstoppable with that duo, and yeah.
Add in Coach too, and it's like,
yeah, and I think he's got that dang Cardinal tight end now too.
That's what I was about to say. Trey McBride's gotten hot. He does have Alexander Madison, which we'll talk about later. He's got a concussion, so that'll be something for him to keep an eye on. But yeah, I mean that was a heck of a game. I mean, I would have thought just like you that there was no chance because Josh Allen will put up like 24 points like no one's business. And I remember when I played Joe that week, I thought like they put up 40 points. I mean, his team put up 40 points with like Josh Allen and like his kicker, like just on a Thursday night. And I'm like, this is going to be a tough one to come back there. So I would have thought for sure Josh Allen put up enough points to get it done.
Well, plus he had Bass. Then he had Bass playing.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
So.
Yeah.
So that's
if they I would say if they went for the extra point instead of the 2 point, but it actually helped Joe them going for 2 point instead of the extra point. So,
well, congratulations! It's a big one. And
I want to point out because I bashed him a lot. Jeff's team is making a magnificent turnaround.
Dude,
you know, I'm so glad you said that.
That's the last division.
I mean,
because how many we set up here and we bashed Dalton Kincaid, didn't we?
Sure did. For like 6 weeks in a row, 7 weeks in a row.
And he is the apple of Josh Allen's eye right now. That's not named Stephon Diggs. So I'm glad you brought that up.
And Jahar Gibbs or whatever, like I'm just gonna say I predicted it. First ever podcast. He's turning it around, he's doing good. Well, so Jeff's team's kind of getting scary. He's making a playoff push.
Making a playoff push. You love to see it. So yeah, congratulations. We'll go ahead and move on. Before we move on to the injury news, I just really want to stress to everybody. I want to remind everyone the trade deadline is this Saturday, which is the 18th. So if you got any trades, get them in before the 18th, so that they'll go through. If Yahoo tries to pull some jazz where it they don't push it through because it was submitted on the 18th, I will push it through. So, just want to get your trades in. If you're looking to make a move, this is the time to do it. So,
league low in trading this year.
I still kind of want to make a trade. I hadn't reached out to anyone, but I've got my eye on a couple of players. I think I may have waited too long, but we'll see. Moving into the injury news, this affects you, Russ. Deshaun Watson left the game. Well, he was left after the game, leaving in a walking boot, but he tells the media he's going to be fine for Week 11. So,
I'm reading.
The enigma that is Deshaun Watson this year. I mean, he shows signs of the vintage Deshaun, but I mean, I just don't know what's going on with him. Moving on, Alexander Madison also left the game with a concussion and is still in the protocol. So that's what I was referring to with Bowen's team. That'll be something to keep an eye on for him. This one, Derek Carr left the game with a right shoulder injury, and he's also being evaluated for a concussion as well. I don't think anybody's really upset that Derek Carr is in or not going to be available for their team, but I think Olave he saw a big boost in targets when Jameis Winston came in. I don't know if anyone knows that.
What a touchdown too.
A beautiful touchdown.
New Jersey.
Didn't get to watch much football this weekend.
No, I listened to the one time I ever cheer against Tampa, Will Levis just does jack shit for me. So, yeah, you get shredded in 40 seconds, and then Will Levis just puts up a 5-pointer.
I was going to mention, we talked about some of the negative injuries. Some of the positive injury aspect of things. Look at Kyler Murray. Heck of a first game back for him. Making an instant impact with the Cardinals. Pretty good stats on Drew's boy. One-eyed monster. Got him rocking on the bench right now. So could be a good pickup for him later down the line.
Yeah, I think I would have been the same thing. I would have been the wait and see approach to see how he's gonna look. But dude, he was flying. He was flying around there. Running 30 yards to pick up 8, but I mean, hey, that just shows his mobility's there, right? So Michael Thomas also left the game with a knee injury. They're saying it's significant, but they're also saying it's not season ending. So I mean, a little conflicting description there. And then Drew, I don't know if you got any more insight, but Baker also hit his thumb on his throwing hand on a Titan defender's helmet.
Yeah, he's playing. All good.
You playing?
He's playing. Let him
Well,
bang.
that's good. That's good news for me too. So I'm glad to hear it. Some big time players coming off the IR this week. The return of Jay Jettas, or he's eligible to come back this week. Whether he wants to or not, or they hold him out, we'll see. But Jay Jettas is eligible to come back. Devon Achan coming back,
Hey, hold
and
him
hold Jay Jettas out and Achan. And then this affects me. Khalil Herbert coming back. I don't know. I think Justin Fields is coming back as well, but Justin Fields is everyone on IR. So I know last week before the Panthers game, Khalil Herbert got in 2 full days or 2 full practices, but they just didn't haul him out. So we'll see what happens with the Khalil Herbert front. So
Thankful for Russ dropping Foreman.
You're welcome. I got you, boo.
So we're moving on. I did post this in the Facebook group, but we'll just briefly go over the current L.E.D standings. Right now, Carolina reigning in first place, followed by Dirty Skivvies in second, Huge Hefner third, Peeping Tomlinson's in fourth, and the Grizzly Adam Beards in fifth, and Happy Little TDs in sixth. So there's your current playoff field. And I mean, like we said, the red hot Happy Little TDs making a playoff push, and I'd say they're. I don't want to jinx them, but they look like they're on a mission this year, guys.
Oh, he just got hit with the Commissioner Luck jinx right there.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Well, I know Zano's here. When Zano's here, he talks very well about Bowen. So I just had to pick up for my boy Zano, and
Let's not get carried away. This is the last week before all the divisional games start. So
correct.
That's a lot that can change those last 3 weeks. A lot of shuffling. You can win that division, pop back, right back in things.
Yeah, and there usually is a lot of. That's why I like this format. There's usually a ton of movement these last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's a good point. And we've discussed this before. Each one of these division games is, I mean, it's not this way on paper, but it carries the weight of like 1.5 wins. So I mean, you see a lot of movement because there's division games, and this league just historically beats the hell out of each other coming down the stretch. So which is awesome. So I wouldn't have it any other way. So keep playing hard, guys. Setting the best lineups, and you never know what happens. Isn't that right, Drew? Never know what happens.
Never know.
Never
gonna give you up.
Do you guys have anything you want to add for the LED wise?
I think Drew kind of touched base on it. It has been a light year in trades this year. I don't know if it's injuries, what's going on. Everybody's kind of feeling a little reserved to pull the trigger on some things, but myself included, it's tough to make work a deal out right now. So Saturday we will see. Normally the trade deadline gets pretty fast and furious that last day. So.
Yeah, I mean it's a great point. I just I have usually made a trade by now, but I just don't know, man. I don't want to self-sabotage anything. And I mean, Drew, do you feel that way too? I mean, you've been wheeling and dealing and by wheeling and dealing, you've made what, 3 trades, which is still kind of average for this league.
Like I made 3 trades. I don't regret the trades, but I mean, do I think I may have self-sabotaged myself a little bit in one of them? Yeah, I did. So,
what was the logic behind the Dameon Pierce Will Levis trade?
I didn't like any of the free agent quarterbacks because you claimed Geno off waivers, and I think Bowen claimed Dobbs, and I didn't think anyone was going to claim him. So I kind of just winged it, and then I saw what happened to Tampa's D last week, so I kind of figured it was happening again. So I figured I was went for Willis.
Yeah, I was like, wait, I don't think it would raise an eyebrow because I was like, oh, we just like generating some bench, like strengthening our benches here. You know, so I respect that. I love a good roster churn, but
that was just it was just strictly needed help for 1 week type of thing. So I should have went for Russell Wilson. I would have felt a lot better. But
yeah, what do we think about Josh Dobbs going forward? Because you brought him up, and we mentioned Jay Jettis is coming back. Even when he was in Arizona, he targeted the tight end a lot. Ertz was semi-relevant to start the season, and then before the trade to Minnesota, Trey McBride was the recipient for like 12 targets in one game. So, what's your outlook on Josh Dobbs?
I personally like him. I'm upset. He was obviously on Cleveland. We could have used him instead of, no offense, Cody. PJ Walker has not been doing it for us. If we'd have kept Dobbs on Cleveland while Watson's been hurt, who knows where we'd be right now? But he's showing. I mean, obviously he was extremely good at Tennessee, showing that he can play the position and pick up. He's extremely smart. So picking up on the playbook that fast. So we'll see what he does. I think it's gutsy to start him. I love that Drew was aiming for that, but he's showing he can do it.
Well, I think he's like on a terrible Arizona offense for half the season. He's like a top 10 fantasy quarterback. And so I think him getting a receiver that can get open like Justin Jefferson just widens his variety even more, which might hurt you in the long haul with Hawkinson. But
he was looking Hawkinson's way.
So it doesn't even matter what quarterback Hawkinson had. It seems like he's just gonna get the ball his way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky. I think I would like Josh Dobbs on my team, but I mean, I don't know if I'm wanting to give up anything. I don't really have a particularly strong bench, so I will say though, like, if something happens, I'm kind of screwed in the come playoff time. So I need to get some luck on my side to keep going forward. But I think if you were Kellen, if Kellen's was, I mentioned earlier in the season that he was a little unhappy with Jared Goff. Would you start Josh Dobbs over Jared Goff if you had that Jay Jettis stack to go with it? No.
Yeah, I don't think you can do it. Maybe more on Minnesota's offense. Don't think I could definitely do it on Arizona's offense. But Drew's right. You getting JJ back, it's having him, Addison, Hawkinson. That frees it up a little bit more than Arizona's offense.
I think if you get Dobbs, I think that's more of a pick and play. Like choose which quarterback you want to start that week, Goff or Dobbs. So.
And just hope Commissioner Luck doesn't put his bad juju on it.
Yeah.
I was trying to see, like, I feel like he's been, that 1 week he came back, or he was only there like 3 days, and he ended up putting like 20 points. So, yeah, this past week he put up 25. So, I mean, and you mentioned Andy's a top 10 quarterback for the season, but I don't know. I just thought it was interesting since he's playing so well unexpectedly. I just thought I'd ask. So, Drew, do you have anything else?
No, I think it's just it's one of those things. I hate that I'm in such a tough division this year because my playoff hopes are kind of dwindling with the strength of schedule I got coming up.
Tough division. Look at the odds, my friend. I was the only one that lost this week. I let down our division. I will throw out an apology. Everybody else in my division won, gaining a game on me. So my fault, fellas. I let us down. But man, we're just beating and banging on each other. And hats off to Brendan. His team's putting up some points week after week. And at the beginning of the season, I didn't know if that would be the case. But look at him, man. I mean, he's doing work.
Currently on the second longest win streak in the league. He's at 3 wins, 3 straight wins, and just a game behind Russ. So, and currently in a playoff spot. So that'll be. Let's see. I don't even know who he's got this week. He's taking on. Where's that? Oh, he's got Shaq this week. So come on, I need Shaq to upset him. I need some chaos. Need some chaos.
You and me both.
So this next segment we're going to do, I took from a podcast I used to listen to back in the day. So if anybody doesn't listen to the Spitballers is a comedy podcast. The reason I found the Spitballers is because they have a fantasy football podcast called the Fantasy Footballers. So shout out to Andy, Mike, and Jason for doing this idea, because I'm going to steal it tonight, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. So we're going to do a snake style draft tonight. And we're going to draft fictional sports characters. So we're going to basically try to make our Mount Rushmore of fictional sports characters. We're going to do 4 rounds, snake draft style. And it's going to go Russ first, Drew second, me third. So, so just make your picks. Maybe tell us why you made your picks. And yeah, we'll just go from there. So, Russ, why don't you go ahead and kick us off?
I feel like this one's kind of obvious. Looking at it, I don't know where you fellas were thinking. I've got to go Rocky Balboa. I mean, the dude is a legend. The movies, everything, Stallone, nailed it. That's my number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, that was the clear number 1 pick.
Clear number 1 pick. I got a wild curveball here. None of y'all probably saw this coming. I'm going Air Bud. Okay.
Air Bud.
Was on my list.
Guy is a basketball, football, soccer, baseball, you name it. Uncontrollable athlete, brought championships everywhere. Can't deny him.
Jack of all trades. Jack of all trades, for sure. So when I thought about this, I didn't know if I wanted to maybe I take 2 dominant athletes in the same sport, or do I maybe want to maybe cover several different sports. But I think we're just going to take the best player available strategy here. I'm going to go with Bobby Boucher.
Ooh,
Linebacker for the Mud Dogs. Clearly a difference maker. Single-handedly turned the season around for the Mud Dogs, and they even came back and won the Bourbon Bowl when he showed up at halftime. I mean, an iconic and legendary performance. So I'm going to take Bobby Boucher the first round. For my second pick, I do think I'm going to take a little bit of the try to cover several sports. I'm going to go with Ricky Bobby for NASCAR.
Do not place your last.
And that's hey, I don't think I need to say any more than that. The man lived the mantra and delivered. So, and if you ain't first, you're last.
You're not wrong. I'll go second round. You want to take White Goodman? He
was on my list.
Screwed by the refs. Should have won a ADD dodgeball championship. Got screwed, boys.
He was on my list. I had him.
Okay. Second round. I'm assuming this counts because my man played at Alabama, Roll Tide. Forrest Gump. Correct?
Yeah, it counts.
All right.
It for sure counts.
Go Roll Tides. I hear you. So we'll follow up Forrest a little bit. So we're going Rocky Balboa, Forrest Gump, and then I'm going to branch out and go with some Happy Gilmore.
Ooh,
I was hoping to come get him.
It's a steal. He was coming back
got
around
to.
for me.
I mean, got to.
I was hoping he was going to swing back around for me. What a pick. Just going to get one out of the way. One of my childhood favorite picks. I'm going to go Gordon Bombay.
Yeah, dude.
Absolute legend. Could play the stick and could coach the kids even better, even if he didn't want to.
Olympic champion.
That's right.
Let's see here. So I do think I'm also going to go with a bit of the fighter route. I'm going to take. I think I'm going to go Apollo Creed.
Ooh.
Apollo Creed. The former world champion. Took Rocky the distance, defeated Rocky Balboa once, but then ended up teaming together and become a great dynasty in the boxing world, heavyweight championship world. So I'm gonna take Apollo Creed. give me a little punch to my team. And then I'm going to take it to the world of basketball. And to go along with Ricky Bobby, I'm going to take Jackie Moon.
You son of a bitch. Oh, my God.
Mm.
You can't ever have an owner and a power forward and not put him on the list. Right? Oh, man.
Love it.
What a steal. Well, I'll stick not an athlete, but a coach.
Back-to-back coaches?
Yeah, we're going to go one more coach. I mean, I'm going to go Herman Boone.
I love it.
Love Russ.
I hear you.
Absolute legendary coach.
Last pick, and this is where I struggle. Because there's so many. I feel like there's so many that we could have gone with. I wanted, obviously, Homer pick. I wanted Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn. That's not what I'm going with. I also considered garden hoses.
Dude, I wrote it down. No
Henry Roundbottom, the Rookie of the Year. Almost went there, but I've got to go with Rudy. All time, love the movie,
yeah.
love the guy. The dude had an entire stadium chanting his name, had All-Americans turning in the jersey for him. So I would be ashamed of myself if I did not throw Rudy on this list. So I'm joining Rudy with Rocky Balboa. We're going to add Happy Gilmore and Forrest Gump to round out my team.
Yep.
It's a stellar line.
Yep, so just to review, I got Russ with, as he mentioned, Rocky Balboa, Forrest Gump, Happy Gilmore, and Rudy. Drew taking Airbud, White Goldman from the Globo Gym. Gordon Bombay and Herman Boone, head coach of what was it? I know it's the Titans, but what's the high school name?
Something T. Allen, something like that. Titans.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, I'll be honest with you, I didn't remember the Titans this year. I normally watch it before the draft because it's just to me it's like a tradition. You just football season's here, you got to watch Remember the Titans. So Herman Boone, coach of the Titans, and I got Bobby Boucher, Ricky Bobby, Apollo Creed, and Jackie Moon. So what I'm gonna do, gentlemen, is I'm gonna put our selections in the Facebook group, and I'm gonna have people vote on them. See who won.
Nice.
So
I might not be able to win an L.E.D championship, but I'll see what I can do with this.
I went for the bold
pretty
picks.
solid team.
Hey, I got a sleeper character also. He didn't make the list, but he was pretty close. Don't know if you guys are a big Royal Rumble fan, but Jimmy King.
Yeah. I was prepared to go deep if we needed it, but I did like Ivan Drago if I actually was gonna go Ivan Drago before Apollo Creed, but Ivan Drago's got a little bit of a doping history to him, so I think that's going to tarnish his name a little bit. And he also killed a guy, so I just don't know if I can really justify and support a guy who's going to be out there killing people in the ring. So
I know we're going to get yelled at too. Nobody said Benny the Jet.
I have him written down.
I was like, oh, I know that's an iconic classic, but
we didn't that's not the Karate Kid, is it?
That's Sandlot.
Yeah, with like Squints.
Yeah.
Smalls.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah.
I had Mr. Miyagi written down.
Yeah, we forgot the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
And the villain, whatever his name was, Johnny something.
I had Steamin' Willie Beeman written down from Any Given Sunday. And then if we needed to, I had Cal Naughton if somebody took Ricky Bobby, and as well as Cole Trickle, Days of Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
I should have went Michael Scott from The Office. Legendary basketball player.
He sure is. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's a picture of him one-on-one with Michael Jordan on the internet. I'm pretty sure that happened.
Damn straight.
So, well, gentlemen, we'll move on to the last part of the show here. We're just going to pick a game of the week for next week, if everybody's got a chance to pull that up. And I think I'm going to, as I mentioned earlier, I think I'm going to take it. I'm going to do Bowen versus Joe, because Bowen's still fighting for his playoff spot. Joe's, as Russ mentioned, is looking to lock up the division title. And both of them are doing very, very well this season. So I'm gonna go with Bowen versus Joe for game of the week.
I feel like it's gotta be Cody. It's gotta be Cody versus Kellen.
Kellen? I feel like it's almost a must for Kellen.
Yep, exactly. That's what I was thinking. And projections obviously mean nothing. However, they're looking tight right now. And I think Kellen's team's finally making that turn. So it's just a large division, man. We're tough.
Well, gentlemen, we're going to keep it short this week. We'll see how it goes forward. Did you guys like the draft? Because I thought you would like it because it worked so well in the Spitballers podcast, so I thought we'd do well with it.
Yeah, we're well.
Absolutely.
Dude, they get like pretty crazy with the topics on there. Now, for full disclosure, there are subtopics that I wrote down that I was hoping if we had a guest on again, like you three could do it, and I'd just like moderate it because I've heard those episodes, so I would have like a advantage. But this one, I was scrolling through Spotify and I was like, "Ooh, that'd be a good topic." So I didn't listen to it. I was like, "Let's just do that." But,
dude, I'd love to hear Zano's. Like Zano's Mount Rushmore. That dude knows so many movies. Like, man, I would love to see what he's thinking.
He sure does. So, but yeah, like even on weeks we don't have a guest, or I Russ stepped in for us last minute, which we very much appreciate. But yeah, even if we don't have a guest, I think this is something we could do every week. So let us know if you like the draft or not. So
definitely could.
And I'm ready. Get another guest speaker up on here. I'm actually really enjoyed seeing Brendan and getting Kellen on here. Like it's been nice.
Well, I'm glad you brought it up because I did arrange for Brendan to be back on next week. So
let's go.
So get a quick little session in before the Thanksgiving holiday. Maybe have something to listen to while you're traveling and doing all that stuff. So, well, gentlemen, that's going to do it for this week. We got week 11 kicking off next week. Good luck to everybody. Peace.
See the music.